The following presentation is the Emergency Worker Dosimetry KI briefing. You are receiving this briefing because a declaration has been declared at the Calvert Cliffs Nuclear Power Plant, and you may be called on as an emergency worker to perform a mission within the 10-mile emergency protective zone. This presentation will outline how to protect yourself and explain the instruments used to monitor how much radiation, if any, you are exposed to. Each one of you are considered to be an emergency worker. An emergency worker is anyone who performs a mission in public safety or public service in support of protective measures within the 10-mile emergency protective zone during a Calvert Cliffs incident. An emergency worker may be a firefighter, EMS provider, law enforcement, bus driver, Department of Public Works employee, or Health Department employee. Each of you will be issued 4 items which collectively are referred to as the dosimetry kit. These items include a RAD-60, which is a direct reading dosimeter, permanent recording dosimeter, otherwise known as a PRD, KI, otherwise known as potassium iodide, and KI dosimeter report form. Each of these will be described in the following slides. The RAD-60 records exposure to gamma radiation. This meter must be zeroed by the RAD officer prior to use. Record the serial number on the dosimetry KI report form. This meter is also sensitive to shock, so please do not drop. You must wear the RAD-60 on the chest area of your outermost garment. This meter must be read every 30 minutes and record the readings before and after each mission on the dosimetry KI report form. Also, notify the radiological officer if you receive any increased readings. The permanent recording dosimeter, or PRD, is a very sensitive dosimeter that measures beta and gamma radiation. Under no circumstances should you give it to someone else. The PRD is your personal total dose monitoring for the event. Attach the PRD to your outer layer of clothing between the neck and the waist. You must wear it at all times during the incident. Keep the PRD with you at all times until the incident is terminated. You cannot exchange the PRD with another emergency worker. It is your personal dosimeter until the event is over. Prior to receiving, record the serial number on your individual dosimetry KI report form. The individual dosimetry KI form is used to document the serial number of the RAD-60, PRD, and your 30-minute readings of the RAD-60. You will also record any KI potassium iodide that you were told to ingest. Please complete the form with your name, address, and county ID number before you leave today. Keep the form with you at all times. At the end of the emergency, please turn in the dosimeters and form. The package of IOST, or potassium iodine, is called KI. Keep this package with you at all times. Do not take unless directed by the health officer. Do not take potassium iodine, KI, if allergic to iodine. If directed to take the pills, take 2 pills a day for a total of 14 days or until you are advised to stop taking them. Contact the EOC immediately if you experience any side effects such as metallic taste in the mouth, shortness of breath, swelling of the salivary glands. Record the date and time on the dosimetry KI form for each pill you take. Exposure limits. Emergency workers should attempt to keep exposure as low as reasonably achievable, which is also known as ALERA. Remember, check dosimeter every 30 minutes. Readings of 1 rem or more, contact the radiological officer at the EOC. Total dose of 25 rem, leave the area and contact the RAD officer at the EOC. Life-saving missions can exceed 25 rem total, and that is a voluntary basis only. Maximum exposure of 75 rem, also voluntary basis only. Approval by the county radiological officer and the county health officer is needed prior. Do not exceed 75 rem. Females who are pregnant or think they might be pregnant need to notify the radiological officer immediately before performing any mission. Now answer the following 5 questions to ensure you understand everything in this briefing. The answers will populate in a minute. How often should you check your DRD? You are to contact the county EOC radiological officer if you observe a reading of what rem? Where should you wear the dosimeters? When should you take the KI pills? At what reading total exposure should you leave the area? If you have any additional questions, please contact the county radiological officer at the appropriate county listed.